Hello, my little bumblebees. My name's Blondie Bee. I will be reading an amazing fanfic today that I have been granted the permission to post here. Um, I do want to let everyone know ahead of time that I do have my cat on my lap, and her name's Harley. She is feisty, let's say. She's already starting to get on my nerves, not going to lie. But in order to keep the sanity of everyone, I will try to keep me yelling at her down. I say yelling, it's more like irritation at her. But I'm going to try to keep that down so that we can pay attention to the fanfic. I'm sorry ahead of time if you hear anything. I'll try to edit all of that out. But this is also my very first fanfiction that I'm reading, so I'm not going to be perfect. And that's okay. No one is, especially when they're first trying out. As anyway, the story that I'm going to be reading is Midoriya Izuku is done with Mineta Minoru by HawaiiHarley17. I am so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Summary. What happens when Mineta takes his perverted self too far? What happens when Izuku's patience with him finally snaps? A knock at the door brought Midoriya Izuku from the circle's articles he was currently reading on the latest hero news. Come in, Midori exclaims. The door opens to reveal Eri with slightly puffy eyes. Eri? Midoriya's mood instantly changes from excited and happy to worried. Mr. Deku? Eri whispers. Midoriya is on his feet and rushing to the girl in seconds. What happened? Little purple man, Eri whimpers. What did he say? Midoriya demands. He touched me here, Eri whispers, gesturing to her upper body, and and said he can't wait till I'm older, and he said he can't wait until I fill out. Does he have purple hair and balls in it? Midoriya asks, needing to make sure it's the right person before he goes off. Yeah, Eri confirms. Thank you. Midoriya smiles overly sweetly. Why don't you go find Kachan? He is in the comment room helping Kiri and Kami study, Eri counters. Do you know where the little purple man is? Midoriya questions. In in com in the common room too. He was walking to there when he saw me and said that stuffs. Aries stutters. When we get to the common room, I want you to go straight to Katon, alright? Midoriya says. Okay, Mr. Deku. Aries smiles. With that confirmation, Izuku grabs her hand, rushes out of his room, remembering to shut the door behind him. The green-haired male walks quickly as he can to the elevator. Considering he has Eri with him, it was the anger, something he rarely felt in life, unlike his rival Bakugo Katsuki. The ride down seemed to take hours, but he kept a smile on his face before he turned to Eri, who looked nervous and slightly scared. Eri, Yes? If you ever feel uncomfortable around anyone, especially Mineta or the purple little man, scream. Scream as loud as you can and run. Run to someone you know or get into a more crowded area, Midoriya says. Okay, Eri smiles. Midoriya smiles reassuringly back at her before a ding sounds through the small area, signaling they have reached their floor. Remember what to do? Kachan! Exactly. The duo walks to the common room, Midoriya barely controlling his anger as he sees Mineta on his phone. Chan! Eri exclaims, rushing over to the ash blonde who's sitting with Kirishima, Ejiro, and Kaminari Denki. Hey, Eri. Kirishima grins as he greets the kid. What you doing here, Pipsqueak? Bakugo questions. Deku said to come to you when we get to the common room, Eri answers. Why'd he say that? Kirishima asks, his brows scrunching together. I think we're going to find out, Kaminari mutters. The two red-eyed males look over to the normally happy green-haired male. Angry? No, furious. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Kirishima whispers to the other two Baku squad members. Do you know what happened? Ashido Mina questions, walking over to the two sitting down. No, Kaminari answers. Do you know why Deku's mad, Pipsqueak? Bakugo asks as softly as he can. Eri opens her mouth to reply when she's cut off by yelling. Stand up, Mineta Minoru. Midoriya snaps. What? Mineta Minoru blinks in surprise. Midoriya? What happened? I said, stand up. Izuku sneers. Midoriya! Deku! Oh, one for all flickers around Izuku's body, his eyes glowing ever so slightly. Mineta's eyes widen in fear, something he never felt before while looking at the usually nice and kind green-haired male. The purple-haired male quickly stands up, his hands trembling slightly. Midoriya, this is not acceptable Midoriya, this is not acceptable of a UA student. Ida scolds. Zip it, Ida. Midoriya snaps right back, effectively shocking the class president into quietness. Why am I standing? Mineta asked, the lisp in his voice causing Midoriya's anger to spike, his fist forming into a tight fist. So, in one graceful movement, Midoriya's fist collides with Mineta's face. A cry of pain echoing through the common room, which has become silent in the state of shock. Deku! Uraraka Ochako is the first to snap out of her shock state. Sensei's going to expel you! What are you thinking? Hagakure Toru exclaims. I'm pretty sure Aizawa Sensei will have you in detention. Midoriya sneers right back, ignoring his friends. What? Why? Mineta exclaims, wincing in pain at the movement of his jaw brought. What the fuck did you tell Eri earlier? Midoriya whispers dangerously, all for one sparking dangerously once again. I don't know, Mineta starts in a panic. Midoriya turns to Eri, his voice gentle as he speaks to her. She's currently being held by Bakugo, arms wrapped protectively around the little girl. Eri, would you refresh the little purple man's brain on what he told you when coming up to my room? Midoriya asked kindly, completely opposite of how he spoke to his classmate. All eyes turned to the scared girl, hands clutching onto Katsuki's arms as if she's trying to get some of the courage that the ash blonde always seems to have. He said that he can't wait till I'm older while touching me. The grip she had on Kachan's arm tightens up, and that he couldn't wait till I filled out. Eri stutters horribly. She may not understand all of what the little purple man said, but she knows it made her uncomfortable, and it made Deku upset. What? Bakugo explodes, red eyes snapping to the now shaking purple head. Remember now? Midoriya's voice turns back to dangerous as he turns to Mineta. I don't recall, Mineta starts. I can recall the first time you said something similar, along with everything you've done to the girls. Midoriya sharply cuts him off. I'm more inclined to agree with Eri than a perverted monster like you. Midoriya! Jiro Kyoko gasps. Izuku's hand pulls back to hit the small boy again, however, a gray scarf wraps around his wrist to stop him. Sensei! Ida gasps. What's going on here? Aizawa demands, his capture weapon still holding onto Midoriya's hand. Great balls made sexual comment towards Pipsqueak. Bakugo grunts. Even touched her inappropriately. Aizawa's cold, anger-filled eyes quickly shift past Midoriya to Mineta, who has a nice bruise forming on his face. The hero wasn't a teacher, nor was he a pro hero at that moment. At that moment, he was a father, and that father withdrew the capture weapon from Midoriya's wrist, much to the shock of Ida and some others. The green-haired male doesn't waste a second, sending another punch to Mineta, green flickering around the room around him at the last second. Crack! The sound of his bones breaking echoing through the common room. Mineta crying as he holds his nose from his place next to the wall, blood gushing from his nose. I don't know how... Nope, that's my daughter. I don't know how the fuck you ended up in this class, or why you wanted to be a hero with that fucking attitude. Midoriya snaps, clutching his fist tightly by his side. I don't even want you... Wait, hold on. Fist tightly by his side. I don't even know what you were expecting when you perv on women and fucking children. How are you even in this class with that lack of respect to women? And then you have the balls to perv on a 6-year-old who has Aizawa-sensei acting like a father and many heroes in training ready to defend her. Midoriya walks threateningly towards Mineta, whose whole body is now trembling violently. I draw the line at children, bitch, Midoriya snarls. Oh my god, Ashido gasps. The child whom you perverted on doesn't even understand half the shit you just told her. Midoriya informs him. At least the woman you perv on can smack the shit out of you. By now, Midoriya is standing directly in front of Mineta, who is looking around frantically, hoping someone would put a stop to this treatment. Unfortunately for him, no one does. You don't have enough respect for people to be a hero, Mineta. Learn to respect women as a person, not something you can just perv on. Then maybe you can become a hero too, Midoriya says. Well, why do you never stop me before? Mineta stutters. Because I trusted my fellow classmates to be able to hit you upside the head, Midoriya retorts. Because the women you perverted on are stronger than they look and don't need guys defending them when they are just as strong as us males, if not stronger. Go Midoriya! Ashido cheers. Now I want you to apologize to Eri for what you said, and then admit to Aizawa-sensei what exactly happened, or so help me you will wish Kashan dealt with you instead. Midoriya sees. Mineta's eyes widen in pure fear, seeing the way the person that's always been so happy and friendly turning into someone like Bakugo, but worse. Now! Midoriya presses. I'm sorry, Eri, for what I said and did. Mineta quickly apologizes, turning to Aizawa. I said that I couldn't wait for her to fill out and touched her on her chest. Pure rage fills Aizawa's eyes at the words. Consider yourself expelled. As of now, if I see you even looking at Eri, I won't be responsible for what Mirio and Midoriya do. Mineta, if possible, seems to pale even more at the reminder of the other protective brother of Eri. Go see Principal Nezu in his office. I will be there soon. Aizawa sneers. Mineta doesn't waste a second. Ignoring his wounds, he dashes out of the dorm, heading straight to the office. Midoriya. Aizawa's strict tone had Izuku paling. He had just attacked a student. He had intentionally harmed another student who didn't fight back. Oh no. No. Oh no, no. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no. Thank you. Huh? Midoriya says dumbly, his eyes widening as he stares blankly at his teacher. Did he hear him correctly? Thank you for defending Eri. You won't be punished. Aizawa replies. Yes! Ashido squeals. Thanks for that. Very satisfying to watch. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I went too far when I broke his nose, Midoriya mutters. No, he deserves it after all he's done. Oh, wait, no. No, he deserves it after all he's done. To not only us, but Eri as well. Uraraka huffs. Oh, Eri! Midoriya's eyes widen as he turns to Bakugo and Eri, who's currently grinning as the All For One user. That was awesome, Mr. Deku! Eri exclaims. Really, Eri-chan? Midoriya chuckles. Yeah! Eri grins. That was awesome, Ashido exclaims, tackling Midoriya into a hug, tumbling onto the floor. Uraraka, Suyu Asui, and Hagakure quickly join, followed by Yayurazu Momo and Jiro. Midoriya lets out a wheeze, but still attempts to hug Ashido back. Thank you, Midoriya, Kiro. Suyu thanks. Of course, Midoriya replies breathlessly. He's finally gone, Toro cheers. This calls for celebration, Ashido continues. Yay! Eri grins, her bright smile returning once more. So, that's the end of that story. It is very awesome. I very much love it. My cat ended up disappearing halfway through the story, probably because I was a little too animated, but that's fine. very much love the story. Honestly, I do. It's just, I don't have much to talk about because this is just an amazing story. Um, I would very much appreciate you subscribing and all of that, but I don't have high expectations purely because this is my first story and I'm still getting used to things. But also, if you have any other stories you want me to read, even if it's a story that's been podficked multiple times, please let me know. I have a long list of stories I already want to do. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Anyways, I'm heading out, my little bumblebees. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care of your mental and physical health, and make sure to drink plenty of water. I am recording this after I started editing because I realized I had intended to make this recording earlier, but I forgot. But I did want to let everyone know that I did get permission from the original artist to make this. I have it up on screen to prove that I've done this, and I will also be posting the link below so you can go look at all the info as well. So please don't get mad at me because I did ask permission, and I will be giving tons of credit. Also, the link for their stuff will be linked below as well, so go look at them too.